Death sentence for blasphemy against 2 Pakistani Christians overturned.
Wow, good news out of Pakistan.
Fantastic news out of Pakistan.
The only reason why we have good news out of Pakistan is because previously we had bad news out of Pakistan, and the undoing of that is the only way we could get good news out of Pakistan. But yeah, go on.
Okay. The Lahore High Court ruled against a Pakistani Christian couple's blasphemy conviction, blasphemy against Islam, back in 2014. Shagufta Kausar and her husband, Shafqat Emmanuel, are finally expected to be freed after fighting a 7-year-long battle against their death sentence when they shouldn't have been convicted at all. Pakistan is known to have a wildly overboard and coercive blasphemy laws. Death sentences are common, and vigilante mob lynchings without trial is a more likely scenario. Emmanuel and Kausar were convicted of allegedly sending blasphemous text messages insulting the Prophet Muhammad in 2014 to a local imam from a phone number registered in the former's name. However, the couple are of a low socioeconomic status, and neither of them is literate enough to send the messages in question. Saif-ul-Malook, the couple's lawyer, who also fought for the mercy of the famous alleged blasphemy case of Aisha Bibi, said that he is very happy that they were able to get the release of this couple who are among the most helpless people in Pakistani society.
Wait. Before Rivka, I have a question. These people were in jail for 7 years? Like, where were they for 7 years when they were fighting this?
It was a previous conviction.
Okay, where were they for 7 years?
Jail.
Okay, so the headline is Christian couple. Okay, so the current headline is death sentence for blasphemy against 2 Pakistani Christians overturned. My headline would be 2 Pakistani Christians were held for 7 years in prison for no reason at all. Okay, this is the celebration we get out of Pakistan. The fact that the 2 helpless couple who didn't do anything wrong and were held in prison for 7 goddamn long years, we're celebrating the fact that they were not killed. Okay. This is what we can expect from Pakistan. Anyways, Rivka, you want to say
so something? Just to put a point on that, yes, they spent 7 years on death row, but I do want to say something specific. Saif-ul-Malook, phenomenal human being, met him in person. He defended Aisha Bibi. He's had death threats. He was offered citizenship in the Netherlands and he declined it so that he could go back to Pakistan.
Brave mofo.
Exactly. So he could go back to Pakistan, and not only, and he told me this personally, not only to keep helping people, but to train other lawyers, because he said, I'm not going to live forever. And there have to be other attorneys who are willing to take on these cases. And this guy, just to put some context on it, is a believing Muslim, but he is also a believer in human rights. He's a believer in freedom and in free expression. So I can't say enough about this gentleman. He is really an amazing human being.
I completely agree. But on Rivka's point, I want to point out something now. He has since come out and said that he has to leave Pakistan. So this news item came out on the 5th of June, saying a Pakistani lawyer who is globally recognized for defending the country's beleaguered religious minorities in blasphemy cases has made an emphatic appeal to the religious community to help him relocate to an English-speaking country. My message to the world: I can't survive anymore in my country. I want to shift to some English-speaking country. So he said on June 3rd. His tweet came hours after he won the acquittal of the Christian couple for what we described earlier. And he was also instrumental in the release of Aisha Bibi, who the case of Aisha Bibi led to the murder of a governor of a state of the state of Pakistan. So if you're willing to take out governors, like a lawyer is nothing. The lawyers of other alleged blasphemy cases in Pakistan, such as Junaid Hafiz, his lawyers were assassinated because of representing him.
So this just shows the level of pressure this gentleman is, because when I had this conversation with him, this was in 2019, I believe. So, yeah, and he was talking about how difficult it was for him. And when he was in the Netherlands, he was escaping temporarily, he had thought, escaping some persecution and death threats and things like that. But yeah, I mean, this guy's a hero, and it's really sad that he has to leave this country for only trying to help people, and that people are taking it to this level. I really feel for him, because he told me how much he loves Pakistan.
Yeah, he's highly decorated and receiving awards and honors from various legal and secular societies as well.
Human rights groups.
But I actually want to point out something important. So, do you guys remember when we talked about the resolution that went before the European Parliament regarding Pakistan's blasphemy laws and how they were going to pull like over $1 billion in a GSP plus economic incentive because of how bad the blasphemy situation in Pakistan had become?
Yeah.
In that resolution, they cite the case of this couple.
Oh.
This couple is the couple that is cited as an example of the persecution that is taking place because of blasphemy.
So they've been released for money.
Well,
they've been released from Pakistan.
Is that although Imran Khan outwardly doubled down on blasphemy law, look at what they're doing. They're still trying to concede to the European Parliament.
Yeah. I have something to add. I don't want to wait. This is kind of raining on everyone's parade here because we celebrated this. However, this is nothing special right now for based on Pakistani standard. Nobody, Susanna, correct me if I'm wrong, nobody has been executed by the government in Pakistan for blasphemy by the government ever.
No.
Yeah. So the fact that these people were not executed, people die in blasphemy in Pakistan not by the government. They die from mob attacks. Okay? Many people in Pakistan have been on death row for blasphemy, but not a single one of them has been executed by the government. Their lives have been turned into hell because they are on death row and they're in jail for no reason. So when these people are like, oh yeah, these people were not, it was overturned, that is not unusual. Like that's every single goddamn case. The bad news is that these people are held like this for a very long time, and then the risk mostly comes after they're released, because just because the government doesn't execute them, that doesn't mean the mob is just going to sit by and let these people live, right? So like people are like, yay, Pakistan is doing something great for once. No, this is exactly the same game that has been played over again. Like nobody should have been shocked by the fact that these people are not going to haven't been executed. But Suze,
that's not the point. The point is that these people are no longer suffering in prison where they shouldn't be. That's what we're celebrating. Right.
No, but you were celebrating that. Some people in the live chat were saying, like, I don't know. So I was addressing people who thought like, I was just addressing people who might not know the context. I know you know the context, right?
Yeah, they're no longer on death row in Pakistan.
Yeah, I'm not saying that that's not a good thing, right? Obviously, not being in jail is a good thing, but we also have to know that it's not like everything. It's not the case is not clear for these people. These people are still at risk. Like it's not like these people are now saved.
They're probably going to have to leave the country.
Yes, so like just understand that it's really great that they're not suffering in like rotting in jail, but these people have been accused of blasphemy in a country where mobs attack people who are
Even if
accused
they
of-
leave the country, their extended family are likely going to
Right.
be targets.
Yeah, like these
Yeah.
people's lives have turned into hell forever.
They're
basically.
not going to get a wrongful conviction money from the government of Pakistan or anything like that, for sure. No, I mean it's awful, and it's really sad that it's almost like this bizarre, perverse form of torture. Like, we know we're not going to actually execute you, but we're just going to hold you in jail and bankrupt you and bankrupt your family and cause all kinds of, potential violence against you or your family. It's very perverse, but I am glad that they're not in jail anymore. And I'm sad that Saif-ul-Malook has to leave, feels like he has to leave Pakistan. But I know I say this all the time, but got to give a shout out to lawyers. People really put them down, but lawyers are holding back the wall of injustice all over the world. So
When you're doing it right, you're doing it right. And, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's so true. If there are people who are looking in countries that are extremely religious or want to change something about their society and you're a young person, I encourage you to think about law school. Hey guys, if you're a fan of Blasphemy and Sexy Callie, like me, then you need to be sure to subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description below. Because if you subscribe, we will send you a free copy of our Blasphemous art ebook. And let me tell you, it is the tastiest blasphemy that you can find anywhere available today. And we are so generous with our blasphemy that we continue to send you more blasphemy every week. So make sure to subscribe, link in the description below.